Welcome back to another episode of Boys from the Bridge. This is an official channel dedicated to yours truly, Chelsea Football Club, and football in general. Everything you need to know, everything you want to know, it happens right here, right now. Let's get into it. So, the Premier League is back. Get in after a 2-week international break. We are back to the league we love. The Premier League is back in action. This was a very good international break for the Chelsea players. We had various Chelsea players doing very well. Kante scored a goal. Kovacic got a double against Portugal. Jorginho got a goal. Hakim Ziyech got a goal and an assist. Mendy kept another clean sheet. So overall, I think our Chelsea players did very well. Big up to them. The only issue was that Chilwell took a knock to his back in the game that England played against Belgium, where they lost 2-0 sadly. So I'm hoping that Chilwell will be back soon. I'm not expecting him to start on the weekend against Newcastle, but I am expecting him to play next week. Havertz has had COVID, so he has been out for the last 2 weeks. I'm expecting him to come off the bench. I don't think he's going to start on the weekend, but I still think he's going to have a big impact off the bench. The likes of Christian Pulisic has been injured for the last few weeks. So I'm hoping Christian Pulisic can come off the bench, provide some flair in the game, give some more confidence to the player, and also maybe, bag a goal or an assist at the time. So in this video, I'll be talking about the preview to our game against Newcastle. Now this is a big opportunity for us to get 3 points and carry on moving up the table. I'll be talking about 2 players in Newcastle that I believe we have to look out for, that are very dangerous and are classy players. Before I get into all that good stuff, please could you hit a like and a subscribe button for this video so you can catch all my videos as soon as I release them. And leave a comment in the comment section below, as I would love to know your thoughts on the game, on the international break, and anything else that you may want to comment, please do. So we're going to start off with the 2 players in Newcastle that are very dangerous. Now Callum Wilson is the first. He is a striker. He played for Bournemouth last season before they got relegated, unfortunately. Now he is playing for Newcastle and he is bagging in the goals. He is in prolific form. He is playing very well and he is a classy finisher. So close down the space. We cannot give him too many opportunities, as he doesn't need many opportunities to score. He will hurt Chelsea if he only gets 1 or 2 opportunities, so we have to keep his opportunities at the minimum. He seems to find a lot of space very well. He is also very quick and good in the air, so he can cause a big threat to Chelsea. But I think, with our impressive defense now, our goalkeeper will manage to keep another clean sheet. The second player that I like to talk about is Allan Saint-Maximin. Now, he is exceptionally fast. Newcastle actually are a lot better when he's playing in terms of their win percentage. The win percentage goes up dramatically when he's playing, and when he's not, they tend to lose a lot more. So he is definitely someone we need to look out for. We cannot allow this player to run in behind, as he will hurt us. We have to keep tight on him in the midfield and keep an eye on his movements, as he does wander about very well. My prediction for this game is that Chelsea will win. I am predicting a 3-0 victory for Chelsea. Now I'm going to be going through the predicted lineup. It's exciting as Billy Gilmour is coming back. He's been injured now for a long time, so he's coming back into the Chelsea squad. I believe he will have a big impact this season and can also make an impact coming off the bench in the game. Let's get into the predicted lineup. In goal is going to be no other than Mendy. Mendy has been in terrific form for his country and his club since he's joined Chelsea, so I think he will stay in goal. Kepa has recovered now from his shoulder issue, so good on him for getting over that, but I don't think he will start this game. I think the likes of Mendy will remain in goals, hoping to keep another clean sheet and be a very dominant figure in Chelsea's defence. At right back, Reece James only played 1 of England's 3 games due to the fact that he got a red card, so he will be fresh and looking to play. I am putting Reece James on the right hand side. His blistering pace, his attacking flair and his defensive skills is going to be very important to Chelsea getting the victory. Next to Reece James is going to be no other than Kurt Zouma. Now Kurt Zouma is basically the best defender in terms of aerial duels won in the whole of Europe. So he has been sensational this season, and him and Thiago Silva have got a real good partnership. I believe Kurt Zouma is really becoming one of the best defenders in the world this season, scoring goals and defending very well. He's slowly but surely cutting out all those silly errors that really cost him and Chelsea over the last few seasons. He has had a few mistakes this season, but you know what? Kurt Zouma is really looking good. Next to him, no other than Thiago Silva. Thiago Silva, hopefully is going to be COVID-free, as one of the players in the Brazil squad came out positive for COVID, so I'm hoping that Thiago Silva will be COVID negative. On that left-hand side, Ben Chilwell, like I said earlier, has a bit of a back problem, so I don't believe that he will be risked for this game. We do have the likes of Alonso or Emerson that could come into the left-hand position for Chelsea, but I think Azpilicueta will be chosen on that left-hand side. His experience, leadership, quality will be there to see, and I do love it when Azpilicueta plays. He has a very good communication with the defense and the midfield, and you really do need that. In terms of the midfield, now Kante, like I said earlier, scored a goal for France. Doesn't happen too often, but he did that. So I think, he will play in that central defending midfield position. He's been really good this season, has played a lot of games. So that's why I'm hoping Billy Gilmour can come in, give Kante a little bit of a rest, and still be sensational in that position. Next to him is Kovacic. Kovacic has been really, really good for Croatia over the last few games. He scored a brace against Portugal. However, sadly, they lost. So I'm hoping that he's going to play instead of Jorginho. I'm a fan of Jorginho, but Kovacic for me, player of the season last season, definitely deserves a place in that first 11. So Kovacic next to Kante. That central attacking midfield position, we all love Havertz. But I think Havertz hasn't played football now for the last 3 weeks. He still is probably going to be fit, as he's been doing a lot of fitness training at home. But I don't believe he's going to start. I think the likes of Mason Mount, that's played a lot of football, is going to start against Newcastle. Leaving the likes of Havertz on the bench. Still fingers crossed that he's going to come out negative from his COVID test, but I'm sure he will. So Mason Mount in that central attacking midfield position. He is a very good box-to-box player. He gives 110% every game, and he runs around all over the pitch. So Mason Mount deserves a place in this Chelsea squad. On that right wing position, it can be no other than the magician, Hakim Ziyech. Hakim Ziyech has been sensational since he started playing for Chelsea. We did have to wait a little bit of time as he got injured in the friendly against Brighton, but he is back in action, so thank goodness for that. On that left wing position, since the likes of Pulisic is sadly injured, I don't think that Pulisic will play. Callum Hudson-Odoi has been very good for the under-21. He managed to score a couple of goals. However, I don't think he will be chosen. I think the likes of Werner will be chosen. Now, Germany suffered their biggest defeat since 2001 when they lost to England 5-1. They lost 6-0 to Spain, sadly. I'm a big Germany fan, so obviously this hit home hard for me personally. But as I'm sure Werner is still recovering from that one, we'll probably want to forget about that soon and just focus on scoring goals. So that left-hand side position is going to be filled by Werner. Up front, we do have the likes of Giroud that has been very good for France in the international friendlies. We have such a big squad, so many great performing players. It is very hard to choose an 11. If we could choose 15, 16 players, it would make our life a lot easier. But we have such a good squad depth. It is very exciting. And it is a challenge for Frank Lampard to pick out a starting 11 every game. However, Tammy Abraham, I believe, will be leading the line. Potentially, Giroud can come off the bench, but I think Tammy Abraham with his link-up play has been really good recently with the likes of Hakim Ziyech, Mason Mount and Timo Werner, so I think he will stay in this position. Looking at the subs for the game, I think that Kai Havertz will be coming on for Mason Mount potentially around the 65th minute mark. Callum Hudson-Odoi will be coming on for Werner, and Billy Gilmour. I would love to see Billy Gilmour maybe coming on for Kante around the 70-minute mark. Get a bit of a run around and some gelling will start to happen with the other Chelsea players. I have chosen stand-up players with a blue flame behind their back that I really think will make a difference for this game. These players are the likes of Mendy, Reece James, that I think will provide an assist in the game and will be a stand-up player with those killer balls going forward. Hakim Ziyech whipping it back onto his left foot and crossing it in the goals. Timo Werner hopefully scoring at least a goal, and Billy Gilmour, seeing him is very exciting. So those are the 3 players that I believe are really going to make a big difference for this game. So this has been my predicted lineup. My formation is obviously going to be a 4-3-3, as we see the likes of Chelsea really starting to like this formation recently. And I'm extremely excited for the Premier League to be back in action. Football every 3 or 4 days, what more could you want? I'll be making another video very soon, so stay tuned for that one. I hope you all keep well. Look after yourselves, Come on, you Blues. See you later.